because you don't need it. When you need it, you'll be like, oh, fuck yeah, they've got this doorstop.
Which I totally respect, and I know that lots of people like them, and fine, I respect you for liking them, but I've never understood My Chemical Romance. How are they so massive?
You've
We
killed Riley.
have this argument.
What about Lil Nas X?
Oh yeah, that famed actor.
He's a drummer now.
This is really
That is awful, mate. That is awful.
northern accent. I'll never push it back.
Push it.
Oh, push it back, you cunts.
back.
Push it back,
Push
you
it back.
fucking
Here we
cunts.
go. Also,
Some people think that Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man. Discuss.
Some people do not.
Unless you want me to wedge the Black Lake's doorstop somewhere uncomfortable, or you will retract your statement about the
Also,
banana
very
sandwich.
clearly,
A sponge sandwich is not liquid.
Look what you've done, Tom, Riley. Look what you've done. This is the end of Black Lake.
You've ruined the band.
Yes!
Oh, good one. Who would I want to play me in a biopic? Julia Roberts, maybe? I think she'd be good. I feel like she'd
It's
capture.
not the right beard, like that.
I think she'd capture my essence.
Yeah.
You know, I think
You're
she
more a
would be-
Jack Black. Hello and welcome to episode possibly 23 of the Uncensored Podcast. I'm Riley, this is my co-host Tom, and today we have a plethora of guests.
Yes, we do. We have Will, James, Daff, and Scott from Black Lakes.
Yeah, how's it going?
How are you boys?
Yeah, not
Hey
bad.
man, we're good. You okay?
Yeah, great.
Oh,
We
quite
are
swell.
lovely. Right, so have you ever seen one of our episodes before? Just so we know if you know what to expect or if you don't.
I always expect the unexpected.
Oh, that's perfect. That is the perfect answer.
I would definitely describe us as virgins to this podcast.
You will fit right into the podcast then, my friend. Really, that's kind of the slogan.
Nice.
Right, so let's get cracking. So, how did Black Lakes come to where they are today?
Oh, Scott,
Oof, what a question that is.
hospital pass.
Yeah. So it was actually the bass player's idea to start a band again, even though he's not here. So James, in your middle centre, I don't know if that'll be where it is when it casts, in the cap, and I and the bass player who's not here because he's chundering somewhere, I think. We've been in a band or bands before, and we had the stupid idea to do it again. And and then after rehearsing some singers, I think Will was maybe the second or third singer that we
Basically, they got tired of looking.
not too many, yeah. So we got bored of like, I can't bother anymore. He'll do it. It'll be fine. No, that's not what actually happened, but that's definitely the way that Will would like to tell it. And probably the most exciting story is Dav generally joined the band because of his mum.
Yeah, basically.
Which I wish was made up, but yeah, we were looking for a drummer, and literally Dav's mum contacted us and
we said, look, we're not interested in you, but have you got a son who could possibly?
Exactly. And then unfortunately, Dav's mum wasn't available; she was already touring, so we had to settle on Dav instead. But you know, he's not bad. So yeah, it's a combination mix of meeting in the physical world as well as in the digital world. So we're I would say a Gen X band. We straddle both the digitization and the analog world all at the same time.
We're the dating equivalent of your first school girlfriend and Plenty of Fish when you're a lonely adult.
That's exactly it. We're like Tinder meets hooking up in a bar. Yeah.
Sounds.
Glad you didn't use the other.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah. We like to have a laugh.
Yeah, that's a good slogan. That should be the new bio. How you should promote the next album that way.
Black Lakes like to have a laugh. Yeah, exactly.
Black Lake's like Tinder meets grinding on someone in a bar.
Yeah, that's way better. Tinder meets Grinder. That's way cooler.
Oh Jesus! New single.
No, he won't help you.
Next question.
I don't know if you were looking for more than that, Tom, but that's how we formed. And obviously, there's a lot of stuff in between then and now, but we don't have that long, I don't think.
Fair enough.
You've not got long enough. You've not got long enough for Scott to answer any question fully because we'll be here for the next few days.
Yeah, fact. That is a fact.
Oh no, you interrupt my plans of sleeping.
Yeah.
So we know how the band has formed. So how did you form the name of your band?
Well,
Oh, why would you do it? Why would you do it to me? Because that is the worst hospital pass. Like you want me to go with like the poetic, truthful.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm going to pass it down to James then, because James knows the names of these places.
No, I don't. You can't hospital pass. This is your question.
Basically, James, what he's saying is you'll be able to pronounce the village name in North Wales more correctly than.
Do you know the name or not?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, then we'll just go with the abridged version. Is there was a town in North Wales, which, through no fault of its own, was completely eviscerated by the English, flooded to make a reservoir for drinking water for a city in England, because England was way more important than Wales.
Yeah. So basically, they drowned a Welsh village to provide water to Liverpool. That is actually true.
Of all places, fucking Liverpool.
I think it was.
I mean, when we say they drown the village, the villagers had the opportunity to move out. It's not like they suddenly put a reservoir on them.
So yeah, as
just out of nowhere,
they were like, English reservoir attack. Classic English. Classic
5
English.
helicopters coming up above them with a whole balloon of water.
Again, but let's just be clear here for a minute. As the least Welsh person in the band, although there is some Welshness in there, I love the way he described it as an opportunity, which is basically English for they were force evicted out of their homes and then their village was drowned.
Oh, yeah. But what I'm saying is they weren't drowned. That's all I'm saying.
So they were allowed to keep their own lives when they were flooded by the English. Absolutely.
Yeah. Get a dinghy. Be okay.
So it's really interesting. If you look at it, if you Google it, there's you can still see basically the church and everything drowned underwater. So imagine a Welsh equivalent of Atlantis with floating corpses and sheep and stuff. And yeah,
there was some interest a couple of was it last summer or the summer before when we had like the real ridiculous drought? Was that last summer? The water levels of that reservoir fell low enough that some of the buildings started to be visible again.
Oh wow!
Yeah, indeed.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
We got our name from that without making any political statement whatsoever about that.
We're not really a political band, you know.
No, not really.
And here's me thinking you just saw a lake that was conveniently black.
Yeah, not a Harry Potter thing. No.
I was going to say, in seriousness, I'm with James. I think a lot of people might think we took it from Harry Potter, but we didn't, because there is a black lake in Harry Potter, but that was not where we got the idea from.
I've never read Harry Potter and I've only seen the first film, so I can't claim to be influenced by that in the slightest.
Yeah, I've watched that.
Okay. And also, Black Sabbath is already taken, so there's only so many Black somethings left.
Yeah,
that is true, actually. Yeah, he got to run through the list.
Yeah, exactly. It's like White Stripes can't have that, right? Black Sabbath,
I assume it was kind of like a flicking through the dictionary process. Just
I'd love to
available.
one of those.
Well, we knew we were going to go with black something, so we just started throwing a dart at like other words.
Black shoe.
For a while, it was black tigers, but
black blancmange. That doesn't work, And then, eventually, Black Lakes came up. There we go. That'll work. It all works.
Perfect. So, what is like the main inspiration to the band? Like, what bands would you say have inspired this band?
Oh, see, this is the joy of Black Lakes, isn't it? Not the joy of sex, the joy of Black Lakes. We all come from different places, whether it be goth or like metalcore or grunge or whatever. There are bands that we all kind of meet up on, that we all dig, and there are other bands that just their influences come into the melting pot.
There are other bands where 4/5 of us just like rip the other one incessantly for like
yeah, absolutely.
Well, our bass player Lee, used to and does kind of sing in a death metal band, and he brings that. It's called it's Cremulation.
Cremulation, check him out.
Yeah, and he brings that side in, but I'm very much grunge and rock orientated. Scott might be a little bit more metal orientated, but with what I'm trying to say is we've got a diverse portfolio in it of influences, and they all come in. and hopefully we make something unique as Black Lakes.
I mean, I certainly don't like to speak for other people, but both me and Dave are massive Celine Dion fans.
Oh, massive.
And
Alanis Morissette all day. I love it.
the S Club are also a major influence.
It's a nightmare when we're in the studio and I'm trying to record the vocals and they're like, well, the last take was good, but can you just think what would Shania Twain do in that chorus?
Yeah, absolutely.
The pain in the ass.
Like,
The real answer is she'll feel like a woman.
I would feel like a woman in the studio.
Nice, nice.
No, I think I think James is he's spot on in. There's all sorts of bands, I suppose. Maybe we should say take his other top band. So Will likes is a big Korn fan, big fan of him, big fan of Linkin Park and a lot of that 90s stuff. And then someone else do Dav.
Dav does all those bands with the spiky names that you can't read.
Yeah.
King 66.
King 810, they're good.
810. I think they have a number in it.
King 66, honestly.
Actually, that's actually a better name. I might email them.
Yeah.
James likes old school grunge and surfer music.
I like Queens of the Stone Age, a little bit of System of a Down, Rage,
Soundgarden.
a bit of Soundgarden, Alice in
Is
Chains.
it bad
Like
that you said surfer music and I instantly went to the Beach Boys?
No, I think James likes the Beach Boys as well.
Yeah, we're all going for those 4-part harmonies.
We are though.
I could say that because that is true.
I mean, there are a lot of 4-part harmonies, especially live. Maybe that's where they've come from.
Bit of the Beach Boys in there, I'm sure, whether it's intentional or otherwise.
Okay.
Sounds intentional.
Yeah, it does. But so we know your band's inspiration, and so all these inspirations kind of come together as a organized conglomerate into your own music, which is your own original style. So do you listen to your own music for leisure?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
Oh.
I'm forced to listen to it because my kids love it. So when I'm driving them around, it's like, Daddy, can we put on, your band? It's like, really, do we have to?
I generally don't listen to it. I think the last time I listened to the album was probably a few weeks ago, and that was almost a year after it came out, and it was one of the first times where I'd listened back to the album, and that was only because we hadn't performed live for 3 months, and I was like, I better remember these songs.
But also, I think as an insight as a musician, people are still hearing the songs for the first time, whereas some of these songs were written, a while ago for us. So, when you're hearing it for the first time, we've probably played it to death. So I suppose it's weird, but as the person writing the music, you tend to listen to the music a lot when you're making the record, like over and over again, and refining and refining and refining. So in a weird way, releasing it is kind of the end of the pleasure, as the musician, not where's the beginning for everyone else. But for you, you're like, I've now heard this song 15,000 times. I've changed that riff and changed this section. We've done that. So then it just becomes about playing it. But as Dav will testify, though, if it does come on, I never skip us because that might destroy the Spotify algorithm. So,
Yeah, but that's also the thing of the joy of writing and recording, I guess, isn't it? So, yeah, like you said, when album 1 came out, it's like, all right, it's the end of an era sort of for us, and it's been played to death for us, but other people are still hearing it for the first time, which is great. Absolutely. But I can't remember the last time I listened to the album in full because I'm too excited about doing stuff that's new stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But thankfully, there are people out there apparently that do like it and do listen to it for pleasure, which is a relief. So as long as those continue, then we should be all right.
As long as they listen, we don't have to. Is what we're saying.
That's fair enough.
Should be shooting up in the charts soon.
Yeah,
of course.
Hopefully.
Up there with Celine and S Club, of course.
I'll definitely.
All those current acts.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And next album collaboration.
Yeah. We'll get it. I think, isn't she dead now, Celine Dion? Has she died or is she still alive?
No,
I'm sure she can make time.
She looked, yeah, she's coming soon though, isn't she? Surely she looks well. Like
she's looked dead for a while, but she's
Mm.
not. I promise
Yeah.
you.
No,
I think she's probably
no.
still doing her residency in
I
Las
mean,
Vegas. Or
She
something.
is on the way out, but maybe like on her last walk, she can do a few features. I've heard she's been killing to get on the next single. So
Yeah, we were talking about female vocalists for one of our new songs, so maybe we'll just
exactly.
reach out.
Yeah.
I'm sure she'll come to you. So
Yeah, I've no doubt our people will speak to her people.
Our people will speak to her people.
Our people are on this call.
yeah, she's been in our
No,
business email for a while yet. We haven't found the time to squeeze her in.
Yeah, exactly.
But speaking of, obviously, the main reason we're here, music. How is either albums or singles coming out for you? I worded that wrong.
I know exactly what you mean. Though.
You probably gathered what I meant, but
Yeah. How is music new?
yes. How is
It's
music
coming
new?
good. It's coming good, to answer your question. We like what Scott said about the music on album one being somewhat old to us, because of COVID, especially. A lot of the album was written pre-COVID. So while it didn't come out until last year in February, we finalized a lot of that so far in advance that we started working on album two. And so we're in a really weird place as a band where we've got about 2/3 of a second album written and are desperate to play new songs. But everywhere we play at the moment throughout the UK is somewhere we've never touched before. So it doesn't make sense from a commercial standpoint to play songs that people can't buy or go and check out online. The last gig we played, we were fortunate enough to have a long enough set to drop in one new song. And it's always fun. We've done it a couple of times with different songs from the new album, just to see how they go down live. So yeah, there's a lot coming. A lot is done for the new album, but at the moment, we're still very much in a keeping it to ourselves situation.
Trying to keep it a secret.
Well, it's more that things get consumed so fast these days that obviously if you let it go quickly, that's it. It's finished. It's over. It's the old thing. So you've got to be a little bit more cautious than you'd like to be about, things getting heard, etc. Because again, if you play a song live, chances are it's been recorded, it's on YouTube, and that's it. Effectively, the single's out, and it's like, oh, hang on a minute, we haven't done the artwork yet, or that hasn't happened. So,
you were worried about us playing White Cliffs and people recording it.
Yeah.
2 people sent me a message on Facebook to say, I've got video footage of White Cliffs. Do you mind if I post it? And I sent a message back saying, I'd rather you didn't. If you have to, fine. And they didn't. That's nice.
Yeah. That was nice. We have quite nice fans. We have quite respectful fans. But sorry, Tom.
It's good that people listen.
Yeah, and that is nice as well. But yeah, there's lots of material. I mean, Dav writes a fair bit, and I write a fair bit, and so whilst Will's right that 2/3 of the album is finished, I don't know. We've just got so many songs in a good way, as in like there's like a whole bunch of stuff after that as well. It's just whichever one you can get in. That's what it becomes like. Let's finish this one. Let's finish this one. Let's finish this one. So yeah, hopefully we'll be around for a while with lots of music to annoy and bore people with.
That sounds good.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
That's our MO.
That's our number one objective.
To annoy and bore.
Are you annoyed?
To piss people off.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We're not in like an anti-establishment way, just in a monotonous, gonna keep repeating.
Yeah.
In an annoying way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. To annoy people in a way that doesn't offend them too much, but
wait till you hear our brand new single. It's called "I've Got a Song That'll Get on Your Nerves," and it's going to absolutely blow you away.
Yes, my favourite song.
I want to use this nice segue. But speaking of live music that we were talking about 5 minutes ago, but regardless. Speaking of live music, is there any venues in particular that you really have on your bucket list to play?
That's a good question. Yeah,
That's
quite a few. Yeah. Again, I'd probably imagine it'll be all individual. Will, what's on your bucket list venues?
I'd quite like to play the Brixton Academy at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like batting extremely high, but it's up there for me.
Sure.
Well, not at the moment because it's currently shut down.
Yeah.
When it reopens,
it'll be back. It will be back.
It will be back. Yeah, as long as they don't have too many lawsuits, which I think they probably will have. An entire security guard corruption ticket ring that seems to be
but that's not the building's fault.
True.
And it's the building that I hold in reverie.
Fair point. James, what about you?
Oh man, I'd be happy to do, any O2 Academy in the UK, Done.
Yeah, that's good. I've been to quite a few of the O2 academies, and they're all brilliant venues. So.
Except the beer.
They've got a shit choice of cider as well.
Yeah, well, beer and cider, it's all terrible, and they don't clean their pipes. It's fucking disgusting.
But we're not there to drink beer. We're there to play music. So anyone listening out there from the O2,
they're there to drink beer. To be fair,
we will be there to drink beer, but our beer will be in bottles backstage, so it'll be fine.
Sure. There is in Bristol. I don't know where you guys are, but in Bristol there's a cool venue called the Fleece, which we've played a few times, which is lovely. Yeah, but most excitingly, on the monitor, or the wedge as we call them at the front of the stage, it has a sticker that says, "Get your foot off the monitor. This isn't Wembley." So just for that very reason, I don't want to play Wembley, but I want to go and play Wembley and stick my foot on the monitor and take a photo and then take it back.
Please.
Fuck you.
I told you we were dangerously anti-establishment.
Clearly.
Yeah,
I'll be pushing the boat a bit farther.
Very, very reckless.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'll be the end of the
In
match.
your face, Fleece. That is my foot on a wedge at fucking Wembley, you bastards. Definitely. Although more excitingly at the Fleece, they have the best door policy in the world. I don't know if you've ever seen it. There's a poster at the front that says the Fleece operates a strictly no dickhead policy. Don't be a dickhead. What more do you need?
It's awkward when we go there because our bassist can't join us on stage.
Yeah, exactly. All five of us get stopped at the door and thrown out. Yeah, absolutely.
Pretty cool. Is that everyone's you
didn't answer the question.
You didn't answer.
Dream venue.
Well, a venue you'd like to on your bucket list, yeah.
On the bucket list, upstairs in Club Eva Bach in Cardiff.
Nice.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I've seen some of my favourite current bands there, and if you go back far enough, bands like Lamb of God and bands like that have always, it always seems to be those like up and coming bands that get pushed through. I saw Loathe and King 810 there. It just seems like massive atmosphere, like small room. You can only fit a couple hundred people in there, but it's just like it's a vibe, Yeah.
Seen many a good thing in there.
Sounds cool.
Yeah,
it sounds almost like the Black Art in Camden.
Yeah, it is small like that.
Yeah, very sounds intimate. Cool.
But speaking of, like, I'm kind of just going off of Riley's question. It's still like what you'd want to do. If you could collaborate with any band, any artist with the band, or just yourselves, who would it be? So it's like a kind of dream collaboration, almost.
Living or dead to qualify that.
You gotta be living. Come on, let's make it interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go with.
I don't know. AI is on the way up. You could really collaborate with anybody. Point,
I mean, again, I'll give a modern answer, but like John Lennon would be nice. That would be pretty good. All right, John,
Alive.
You busy?
Come on.
Yeah. I don't know. Who would I like to collab with? Don't know, I have to give that a thought. I've never been asked that question before, which is quite nice. So well done, Tom, for having a question I've not been asked.
I'd like to we've got a lot. Charlie from As Everything Unfolds, because she's fucking awesome as a vocalist.
So Charlie, if you're listening, collab.
Charlie, if you're listening, get your manager to bitch slap us again.
Yes, we'll make that happen. Yeah, absolutely. Dav, collab?
Honestly, Bring Me.
Sure.
Yeah. Honestly, like just because like obviously they got a history of collabs and stuff, but sure. I feel like where my writing is at anyway, I feel like that sort of that vibe that Bring Me are doing at the minute, sort of blending,
kind of mix.
Yeah, that mix. I love that mix. I love the crossover. I love the new metal and the modern stuff and the drum and bass. You know, you've just chuck the kitchen sink of music at the wall and see if anything sticks. Like I think Ollie Sykes and Jordan Fish in particular would be really great people to work with at the minute. If you're looking for something fresh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I remember seeing something with them. They did I think it was the band did a collaboration with Tom Morello, I think it was.
They did, yeah.
A couple of years ago.
Get This Party Started. It's great tune, great tune.
I honestly thought that was an absolutely brilliant tune.
It was amazing. I'm fully behind that. I love actually that album, that Tom Morello album, full of collabs. That Bring Me the Horizon one is actually probably my favorite on the entire album. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a good tune. Good tune.
I'm just a massive Bring Me the Horizon fanboy. So.
Yes.
I don't
we saw him a good couple of years ago back in London.
Okay.
That was one of our. That was probably one of our favourites to go and see.
Nice.
I just want to meet Oliver Sykes. He seems like a proper sound bloke.
Yeah.
It's a bucket list.
Where did we see him? We saw him in Cardiff. And, it would be. I really like. There's a whole meditation bit which I quite liked. Don't know if he did that in the London show. You know what I think I attract in his. Although I also particularly enjoyed his thick northern accent, telling everybody to push it back.
Push it.
Push it back, you cunts. Push it back, you fucking cunts.
Here we go. So, yeah, it was.
No.
Oh yeah, we did get that, but we did not unfortunately get the meditation.
That was
instead we got Ollie Sykes talking to a band, not a band member, just a fan at the front.
Oh, that was brilliant.
I think it was while they was
off his mind.
Yeah, it was while someone, I think they ever hurt himself, or they was getting wheeled out on a stretcher. I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
because they probably passed out or something, and he was literally for about 5 minutes just sat there talking to someone, like a fan at the front on the mic.
Oh, nice.
Just it like happily the person was. I think they were okay.
Great.
But it wasn't.
Seemed sensible to maybe calm down the atmosphere a bit, to shoot the ship for a few minutes, and then make sure no one gets hurt.
And then play Shadow Moses, yeah.
And then play Shadow Moses. Yeah, because that is a killer tune. Absolutely.
Sempiternal is their best album, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's a statement. Wow.
It's a big album though, isn't it?
I if I had to, I would be I'd have to go for the one after. Sorry.
That's the spirit.
Yeah. And for me, I know it's a bit poppier, but they're just from the
they
minute
don't have a bad album. That's the thing. I just think Sempiternal was the best, personally.
It was definitely the edgiest, I think, in terms of that crossover. It was still poppy, but but that's me.
However, I did also really like Suicide Season.
Yeah, I love Suicide Season so much.
That's
my favorite album.
Yeah,
it is. I think there's only 2 songs on that album I actually enjoy.
Probably a bit heavy for you, maybe.
It's a bit too heavy. Where all my tastes are just hard rock at the moment.
Tom, it's all good. I'm looking at the Power Slave in the background, and that is all good, mate. It's all good. And again, very not always. I wouldn't say divisive, but the thing that we talked about earlier, Black Lakes, everyone meets somewhere. There is deep love for Maiden, but not across the board.
I mean, I do range quite a bit.
Yeah, there's Alter Bridge over there. I can see. Yeah,
Alter Bridge, Reckless Love, Greta Van Fleet up there, Steel Panther.
Yeah,
see that. I love Steel Panther. We're seeing him in May, and I'm just fucking buzzing. Let me see if I can get. There we go. Better View.
Nice.
Couple of bands that me and Riley are quite good amigos with. Massive Wagons. South of Salem.
Yeah.
We've been to South of Salem.
Love the South of Salem boys. Really good guys.
I saw them on Saturday.
Oh, right, okay.
They were touring with Wednesday 13.
Wednesday 13.
Yes.
Touring with them. And I've really enjoyed it. It was really good.
Yeah, cool.
Nice. They do very well.
South of Salem's new guitarist absolutely slaps.
Yeah. No,
they've got Dennis in, I believe his name is, and he shreds the fuck out of it. He's amazing.
Nice. They just went out with Wasp the most exciting
Yeah, I
thing for me.
saw.
I'm a massive Wasp fan, so was loving a bit of Blackie. I mean, I appreciate the peak has been a while ago now, but nonetheless, still have a lot of time for Wasp.
Still going.
Absolutely.
It's good.
Tom,
I
we've
love
got
just segued from Bring Me into Wasp. I love that.
yeah, it's a nice progression. But
Yeah.
Tom, we probably got time for one more until we got to cut to the second meeting.
Go ahead.
Oh,
The floor is
my turn,
yours.
is it? Oh, I thought it was your turn. Okay, I'll start with some of the interesting questions. So, if your film, your music, okay, you've been given creative control to place one of your songs somewhere in a film. What song would you choose, and where in the film would it go?
Go on, Jay. Go on, James.
Already done it. Death Throne, right? In The Last of Us. I think it's the last but one episode where
Need to watch that.
It's really good. Wait for the spoiler though. Sorry.
No spoilers, James. No spoilers.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, you're gonna get a slight spoiler.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There's a very cool moment that sinks in with a lyric, tearing me apart. And as you can imagine, if you know the game,
It's not very subtle.
yeah, you know what a bloater does if he grabs you, and it just works so well. I've been
You're safe now, Roddy. You're safe.
Yeah,
I love the timing with that, and it just works so well. Great answer. And let's move on to the next question.
Perfect answer.
maybe I'll
amazing answer.
I'll put it up on YouTube and see what people think. But I didn't have to edit hardly anything of the video. I just put the track against the film, lined it up just to the right moment, and it just flows real nice.
It is cool. I've seen it. It is cool.
It's good that we've got confirmation that it is very cool.
Oh well, I mean, yeah, from inside the band, we all think it's very cool.
Yeah. Us lot who wrote them, we personally believe it is pretty decent. But no, yeah, I think that would actually fit quite well. Oh, we could dub it in at some point. I'll make an edit. I just need to watch the show first.
Sure.
I'm going to be watching this back after it's all edited, uploading it, and I'll forget to take my headphones off, and I'll be like, oh, well, that was a pointless exercise. Very long-winded way to get to that.
It's all good. It's all good.
We've got 4.5 minutes left. I'm trying to find a question that I don't want to save.
Well, I was going to say I would put the last track, or it depends how you call it, the penultimate track. I always thought that For All You Left Behind, the title track on the album, is very much for an ending of a film, but it'd have to be a thoroughly miserable film. So I'm trying to think of a film that just leaves you gut wrenched with nothing left.
Or a film where you've just been like, you know what, I can't believe I paid money for this, and you've already left the cinema. That's the kind of film where one of our songs should finish the film.
No, always the opposite. Maybe For All You Left Behind at the end of the new Batman movie. That would be pretty cool. So, just after like 2.5 hours of utter Batman misery, and then
more misery.
Moving on from Nirvana's Something in the Way through the whole film, which is awesome. Then maybe we'll just finish it off with For All You've Left Behind.
It's greenlit for a trilogy, so maybe you could get in for the second film.
Yeah, I loved it. I'm a big Batman fan, but and I thought, what's Batfleck going to do? That ain't going to be any good. It was actually all right. And then I thought Pattinson, never. It was awesome. Fair play.
I always had hope for Pattinson. I've always really liked Pattinson. So
yeah, it was good. It was good. He impressed me. So yeah, that would be my spin on it. Just miserable songs on miserable movies. That's what gets me up in the morning.
Yeah, I've always been a Marvel fan actually, but the Batman is my favorite, like my second favorite film of all time, above any Marvel film. Wow. It was brilliant, and I can't wait for Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle was gonna be sick.
Wait. What's your first favorite film of all time?
It's quite a boring, generic choice, but I loved Fight Club.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, exactly. And I'll stick to my guns with that. Fight Club is a bloody awesome.
Riley, I am Jack's complete lack of surprise. It's all good. It's all. I mean, it's got fucking Jared Leto in it. What more do you want, right?
film about
It's,
Jared Leto.
The man,
It's amazing.
what, the man who did Morbius?
Yeah, the
and the-
Morbius
and the
guy.
Joker.
That guy.
I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed
on.
it. It was bad. It was bad. I know it was bad, but I still enjoyed it. It
Yeah,
was, I mean, vampires.
you've really undersold Fight Club there.
Yeah, that's unfair. You're right.
Wait. Let's just erase that bit and say, yeah, it has meatloaf in it.
Thank you.
But
Right.
well,
We're back
well
on.
done
We're
for
back
me for
on.
not- yeah, but I think Fight Club is probably one of the greatest films of the last 20 years or so, easily. Definitely.
so.
Phenomenal movie. What I love about Fight Club is every time you watch it, there's something new that you missed from the time before.
Yeah,
It just keeps building and building and building and building.
yeah, it's one of those films that you have to watch it before you watch it, so you can
Yes.
understand it.
Precisely.
Oh.
You have to watch it, and then you enjoy it more the second, the third, and the fourth time with all the
Absolutely.
nuances. Much like Pulp Fiction and another
I
film.
need to watch Pulp Fiction.
You do need to watch
Oh,
Pulp Fiction.
you do need to watch Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction is phenomenal. It is phenomenal.
There's quite a few
also-
classics I need to watch.
I'd strongly recommend The Prestige as well, which is Christopher Nolan before he was as famous, which is a
Prestige
film
is a
about
great film.
The Prestige is amazing, really, really good. But in terms of that Fight Club, multi-layered, lots going on. Like the next time you watch it, you're like, oh my God, I missed that the first time. So,
Yeah.
Christian Bale. Who else is in that? Eddie Izzard.
Well, no, hang on, who is in that? Everyone. Scarlett Johansson. David Bowie is in it, for fuck's sake.
Bowie's in it.
Bowie is in it, plays Tesla. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman.
Everyone's in
Jackman.
it.
What's that?
Just everyone's in it.
Literally everyone's in it. Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, I'm in it.
Michael Caine. I'm in it. Will's in it.
Black Lakes did
Bowie-
the soundtrack for it. It
Black
was
Lakes
amazing.
soundtrack.
Just absolutely incredible.
Yeah. No, I would
Everyone.
strongly recommend The Prestige. Cracking movie, honestly.
Yeah, it's a great
Awesome.
film.
And the Morbius teaser in it was insane. Honestly, came so out of left field.
Absolutely, and the extra bit at the end, where it alludes to what's happening next between Morbius and the magician. Amazing.
Oh god, yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
Not to cut you off, but this part is about to end, so I'll do a quick transitional closing speech. We'll see you in part 2. Whoa! Welcome back to part 2. I'm still Ryan, still Tom, and we're still joined by our guests. Let's go!
Yeah.
They haven't left. They haven't gotten bored of us. Right.
Yeah.
This is where all the questions, as I said, this is where all the questions get more intense. So, well, not more intense, more fun.
Ask the question.
Oh, okay. So, kind of leading off of Riley's previous question, where we asked you about music in a film. So they're filming Black Lakes, the biopic. Who would you like? What celebrity would you reckon should play each one of you?
Brian Blessed.
That's a shout.
That was
That's unfortunate because now you picked Scott's number one choice.
He can multi-role.
Yeah, people
yeah.
use us because of the beards. I think they think we're the same person and or related. But I can assure you that whilst James is my sister, I'm not related to him. So I don't know. Good one. Who would I want to play me in a biopic? Julia Roberts, maybe. I think she'd be good. I feel like she'd capture.
It's not the right beard, like that.
I think she'd capture my essence.
Yeah.
I think
You're more a
Julia will be
Jack Black, mate. You're more a Jack Black.
Yeah, Jack Black would work. I'd be happy with Jack Black, put it that way. But
To be honest,
can I have John Cusack then as well? And we'll just recreate High Fidelity.
You can have whatever you want.
to be honest, I was sat here thinking, Scott could really be Nick Frost.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Scott, just do us a favour and just say Cornetto.
You want anything from the shop? Cornetto? Yeah,
You
absolutely.
got to say it in the accent of
I tried.
Cornetto.
Cornetto. Yeah,
Perfect.
thanks.
I don't know who was more insulted.
I don't know, because if I'm Nick Frost,
Tom or Nick
I know
Frost.
Simon Pegg, so therefore I know, Tom Cruise, lots of people from Star Trek. It's all good.
Perfect.
Hang on, what about Dav?
Dav, who's going to play you in the Black Lakes biopic with Julia Roberts,
Claudia Winkleman, I think.
Brian Blessed, and John Cusack, who's joining them.
Jared Leto.
Jared
Is it the six pack that's the same? Is that what you're going for?
That's
It's the
three.
intensity.
It's
Smoldering
the it's the 6-pack. It's the handsomeness and the hair and the type of-
and the smouldering sexiness.
I just felt like breaking something beautiful.
Who could be Lee? Who could do Lee?
Ed Norton.
I think it'd be really easy with Lee, and don't take this the wrong way, but sometimes I even confuse them in my own mind. I think the perfect Lee would be played by Harrison Ford, because he's grumpy as hell, and it would just be surly, grumpy dude. I think Harrison would pick it off perfectly.
What, like Harrison Ford as he is now, wrinkles and all?
Pretty much. Yeah,
He's not far off, is he?
Yeah.
Well, still trying to play Indiana Jones.
Hey man, that new trailer looks incredible.
I haven't actually seen it yet.
Yeah, I'm not feeling. I think you could revisit Blade Runner. You can revisit Star Wars. I get that the characters have aged.
Yeah. But the new Indiana Jones trailer, they've done some deep fake stuff to make him look young again for some scenes.
I see. Okay,
and that looks kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie.
We'll wait and see.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think they should have just done. I was about to say they should have just done what they rumored was going to happen and just have Chris Pratt play him.
Yeah, Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt is doing every single film right now.
That would be great. Yeah, Chris Pratt would totally work as Indiana Jones.
He was great in Mario.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet, but
Mario, watch it. It was brilliant. Honestly,
yeah.
It was far better than Ant-Man was.
I was talking to Riley earlier, and he wasn't convinced that Seth Rogen was in it.
Okay.
It's on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know Seth Rogen.
Me being the avid Seth Rogen fan.
Yeah.
He's totally not peering over my shoulder.
What is he in? Mario? Is he in Mario Brothers? Is he?
He's Donkey Kong, mate.
He's Donkey Kong. Okay, I know Jack Black plays Bowser, and obviously Chris Pratt plays Mario.
You only have to watch 5 minutes of the press tour for the Mario film to watch Seth Rogen say it's on like Donkey Kong about 30 times in the press tour. It gets a little bit sickening after a while, but it's brilliant.
Oh.
To be fair, there's one thing I can't get sick of, and it's his laugh. It's just funny.
It is funny, yeah.
It is a good laugh. He's an entertaining dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he is. And Seth, if you want to come on the podcast, emails are open.
Laugh for us.
Yeah, and also you're welcome in a Black Lakes video as a cameo if he wants to. That's fine.
Oh yeah,
dressed up as Donkey Kong.
It'll come as a package deal.
Acceptable.
Yeah.
We'll give him a 5% cut.
Yeah.
So, if you could have a mascot, but it cannot be an animal or a human in a costume, what would it be? So it's got to be like a fridge or a car door. But I've already
living
this
mascot.
pen with a pineapple on it.
Why, James?
Pineapple pen.
This is why James doesn't get to answer questions, because why?
Pineapple pen.
But why a pineapple pen, James?
Yeah, does it encapsulate the band?
Yeah, absolutely.
How?
Well, much like a pineapple.
It's black, but it's zingy.
I think Black Lakes would be perfectly mascotted by a window, which is too dark to see into, but still reflects back at you. I think
Black Lakes is like. I think we should have our own line in Doorstops. Like honestly, no one is excited by a doorstop, but when you need it, you fucking need it.
Yeah, I'll take your point. All right.
Yeah.
All right. The practicality of a door.
How often do you need a doorstop? I've got a doorstop here. It hasn't moved in about 2 years.
There you go.
Yeah, but that's because you don't need it. When you need it, you'll be like, oh, fuck yeah, I've got this doorstop.
Oh, I can finally use it.
When you're like, oh, I need to get Andrew Garfield out of my room, but I don't want the door to swing closed and to crease his head.
Which happens all the time, of course.
Well, exactly. You'll know exactly where that doorstop is, and you'll be so grateful you got it.
I feel
but
like
on the counter argument, I could just take a shoe or something and put it in front of the door.
I mean, yeah, you could use a lesser product, but if you want the product that's literally called the Doorstop.
Clues in the title, to be fair.
Oh my God.
I feel like you've wandered into Nanny McPhee there, though, Will. You know, the doorstop, when you need it, is there, but when you need it, anyway, you need to watch Nanny McPhee, otherwise that won't make any sense.
I understand.
Who hasn't watched Nanny McPhee?
Yeah, who hasn't? That's a fair point. I mean, it's got Emma Thompson in it. It doesn't get better than that.
I haven't watched Nanny McPhee.
Shut up, Will.
Yeah. Still, majority. But are you settling on your doorstop?
Dav,
Pineapple pen. Come on.
what would be your Black Lakes mascot? That
It's
isn't a
either
man?
Doorstop or Pineapple Pen at the moment. So
Yeah, currently between the two.
Pen.
If we're casting votes, I'm leaning towards Doorstop. I've got to be honest.
Dav, come on.
Dav,
You
come on,
just haven't
save us.
sold the pen enough. I don't know the motive behind the pen.
Exactly.
Just a pineapple pen.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the. I love the idea of being like the
James.
selling point is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's got a pineapple on it.
Yeah. That is the depth of James, I'm afraid.
Hey, that's low. That's fucking low.
Truth hurts, brother. Truth hurts.
Sorry, sister.
Yeah, Dav, come on, Dav. A mascot that isn't an animal or a person that personifies, encapsulates, almost reflects Black Lakes in a single item, and it would be.
I mean, at this point, it'd be paracetamol.
Good answer.
Cutting.
Again, but lovely when you need it, though. You're like, nothing quite, when you need a paracetamol, it's a good thing.
So
Yeah,
I'm going to be
might be
honest.
the winner.
Introducing this segment, we introduced it like months ago, and honestly, it's just worked with everything. It's just you get so many different things from it. It's amazing.
I'm pumped already. This is going to be great. Let's do this.
To be honest, this is what we do. We just talk absolute shit and ruin
You should
any
watch
illusion
out.
about us being clever or cool people.
Yeah. We just spend an hour chatting nonsense.
Damn.
It's the
I mean,
best.
being ourselves.
Oh, that is phenomenal. You're being yourself and you're giving us run time. It's this. Everyone wins.
Exactly.
Except us.
Yeah. Yeah, really, you've drawn the short straw, but there was no follow-up. I just wanted to.
No, that's it.
Just I'm struggling. I'm actually struggling for questions.
Oh,
I've
I
got
thought
two
we were building
shit
up to the
questions.
next. That's a good question.
No.
I've never heard that one before either. Which, given the amount of interviews we've done, you guys should be quite impressed. That's two questions we've never been asked before.
Oh, trust me, we've got a lot more for you to cut. A lot more to come.
Two at the very max. Anyway, so.
Speaking of which, I'm just going to throw out a really shit one. So there are bands that everyone likes, and there are bands that everyone doesn't like. What bands do you not like?
Oh, we're not playing. No, not playing that game. Come on.
Yeah.
We might want to work with Celine Dion. Come on.
So I tell you what, I will answer with. There are bands that are huge that are confusing, as in we're like, how are you so massive? So for me, which I totally respect, and I know that lots of people like them, and fine, I respect you for liking them, but I've never understood My Chemical Romance. How are they so massive?
You've
No,
killed Riley.
we have this argument a lot, mate.
You've killed Riley.
I'm sorry, Riley. I mean, I'm not saying they're a bad band, but we're talking like they were headlining Reading Festival, astronomically massive. And I don't know. I just.
So, assuming Riley is a massive fan,
I'm
a very avid fan.
right? What do you think of their latest single? That one new song.
It's
Shit.
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah, come on. Yes, I'm so glad to hear it from someone who's a massive fan that you can't actually give it a positive adjective in seconds.
Okay, I am a big fan of Welcome to the Black Parade and 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge.
Probably their peak.
Yeah, I don't listen to the other albums as much.
The one that I like is the one that Will hates. So obviously, whatever My Chem do, I like the ballad that they did.
Yeah, you like the boring stuff.
Yeah, that's good. Welcome to me. If it's sad and depressing, I'm going to be there.
Mr. Captain Doom and Gloom.
I just like Danger Days. Danger Days is fun.
Danger Days is fun, yeah.
But Welcome to the Black Parade, in my personal opinion, by far their best album.
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
Yeah.
I think Reading Festival level good. I don't know. I mean, like Rage
at that time they were.
I agree. That's what I mean. They were massive, and I'm not disputing their hugeness. It's just I'm like, how are they so huge?
I think just with the music that was released during that time period, I think that was where they were at their peak, and then they released more music, and people were kind of like, oh, they've released that. That's a song.
I mean, fair play to them. I mean, I remember when Razorlight headlined Reading Festival, and you're like, wow, Razorlight, really. And that hasn't stood the test of time either, really, is it? Let's be fair. Not there's anything wrong with Razorlight either. You know, if you like Razorlight, go for it. But like as bands to headline Reading, you think, wow, Razorlight, really? Wow.
Yeah.
But hey, that's...
Yeah, personally, in
And
my
I
opinion,
mean,
My Chemical Romance, they are a very, very good band. They just don't necessarily have very, very good albums anymore.
True.
But I think they're very undisputed talent.
I'm a massive Foo Fighters fan, but I don't know if Foo Fighters have ever made a great record. I mean, lots of great songs. I mean, really
they're very good at singles, aren't they?
But like, what's the great Foo Fighters record? I mean, probably the Colour and the Shape.
Colour and the Shape, easy.
Colour and the Shape, yeah.
It's not great. It's only okay.
It's pretty fucking good though, mate.
I don't know. I mean, you get to February Stars and you're a bit like, come on, you're winning.
I love it. I love the idea of having this conversation with Dave Grohl.
Yeah, I'd like to have that conversation with Dave Grohl because I respect Dave Grohl massively. But but he'll come up with some bullshit like, what was the Highway one they did that was fucking awful?
Infinite Highway?
Yeah, it was just terrible record.
Yeah, it went great.
I love the way everyone was shying away from this. I'm like, put the boot into my cam, smash it.
Yeah, hello, like, are there any bands you don't like at the moment? Scott's like, yeah, My Chem and Foo Fighters. Who the fuck are these guys?
Absolutely.
Have you heard they're not really, it's not really Foo Fighters. It's the stuff that they did for the film that they did.
Yeah, I've not seen the movie or no, I'm not.
Is that like weird horror film thing?
Yeah. Honestly, I thought it was okay.
666, is it?
Yeah. And they released an album with all the songs that they featured in the film.
Yeah, Studio.
It's got like a 10-minute piece in it of just no vocals, just music. And honestly, it's odd, but it's cool, in my opinion.
Nice. The thing I can say about the Foo Fighters, I think, is all the great records that Dave Grohl are on, none of them are Foo Fighters records. That's what I would say.
That's not fair, man.
I don't know. He's on Songs for the Deaf, great record.
Yeah, which is an incredible record, but
he's on With Teeth by Nine Inch Nails, great record. He's on all the Nirvana albums, great records.
He's on Colour and the Shape by Foo Fighters.
I don't think you could put Foo Fighters above any of those records above those.
He's not wrong, honestly.
Thanks, man. I try and have an articulated, sensible point. Dave Grohl is a genius. He's on great records, but I'm not sure the Foo Fighters have ever made one, in my opinion.
I've actually, I've kept an opinion to myself for quite a while that will very much upset Tom, but we're already in the midst of upset here. So,
here we go.
Yeah, I'm liking this now.
Yeah,
it's open.
Yeah, it better not be anything about architects.
So a few months ago, Tom asked me to listen to an Architects album. Honestly, wasn't my favourite. I'm not the biggest Architects fan. I'm a liker of 99% of music, but the Architects just didn't do it for me. I wasn't the biggest fan.
What album was it, sir?
Hold on.
Hang on.
All
Our Gods Have Abandoned Us was the one.
That's an album and a half, mate.
Dav's gone. You fucking pissed Dav off. That's
you just killed our drummer.
I'm very sorry.
You owe us a drummer now.
That is awful, mate. That is awful.
This is really important, Riley. I am with you 100%. I quite like the Architects, and some of their songs are good. But again, in terms of the amount of fuss, I'm like, there's some good stuff there. I'm not sure it's worth all the fuss.
Yeah, I actually wrote a note for every song on the album, but they're all really just uninspired. I wasn't feeling it.
I wrote a note for every song on the album, and it was simply
shit. Yeah.
No.
It's actually just timestamps for how long I lasted in the song.
I like Sam from the Architects as well, but again, in terms of his vocal delivery, I find it always does the same thing a lot.
I love his vocals though.
Yeah, I know. And again, I know Dav's a big fan. I know Will's a big fan.
I'm envious of his incredible vocals.
So there you go, Roddy. This argument doesn't get very far in this band either with me, but there you are. I agree with you to some extent.
Yeah. We've even done vocals where I've been like, when Daft's doing screaming, I'm like, do it more like Sam, do it more like Sam, do it more like Sam. Because I love that. I love his style.
Yeah.
Really?
Lots of people like him. Lots of people like him.
Yeah.
Everyone have everyone has their opinions.
Cool. So, just a quick few key notes I had. All Love Is Lost was by far my least favourite. And in Death Wish, I quite like this note. By far the best one I wrote was, in case you had any doubts they were a metal band, they made sure to say "Watch the World Burn" like every other metal band. What wasn't my personal cup of tea.
Is that the one with dead butterflies on it?
No. You're talking about 4 albums later, mate.
Okay, that's good then. Yeah, the early stuff I find a bit
heavier.
The funny thing is, he listened to the wrong album. I told him to listen to Holy Hell.
Oh,
yeah. Holy Hell is better.
Holy Hell's incredible.
I love it just because the first ever song I listened to from them was The Seventh Circle, and that was what made me just think these are like one of my favourite bands.
When was that? 2021? 2020?
2020?
That was my album in 2020. Holy Hell. It was absolutely insanely good.
Do you know
Untouchable.
what I really
Hold
like
on.
them.
It was released in 2018.
What? Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. For those that wish to exist was 2021, and then Classic Symptoms was last year.
That is crazy.
I love them, but Doomsday is so good. It's like, why don't you write all the Doomsday all the time, please?
Yeah, and that's from Holy Hell. That's from Holy Hell.
I know, and I want to love them that much. I'm like, oh my god, you can be my favorite band, but they never quite make it for me. But everyone's different, right?
Yeah, everyone's different,
and that's the important thing. And clearly, lots of people like Architects, and not as many people like Black Lakes just yet.
And as Riley said, people just want to watch the world burn.
Yeah, indeed.
Some people think that Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man. Discuss.
Some people do not.
He isn't.
Andrew Garfield is definitely the most enjoyable Spider-Man in recent times.
Wrong. What about Tom Holland? What are you talking about?
Actually,
Tom Holland's shit.
My personal opinion, this is what I've been saying for years. He is the best Spider-Man. Hang on, stay with me.
Correct.
He is the worst Peter Parker.
Probably.
All right, so that means the best Peter Parker is Tobey Maguire, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But he's a crap Spider-Man. His Spider-Man is so shit.
Yeah, but his Peter Parker is amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I don't need Peter Parker in my life. I want Spider-Man.
You can't have one without the other, mate. That's how this thing works.
But Tom Holland is a good medium. Tom Holland averagely well plays both.
Well, that's the balance you need.
Exactly.
He restores. He's the balance between like our gods have abandoned us and the classic symptoms of a broken spirit. He's the holy hell that glues this together.
I'm still upset that they did. Well, I know they have now, but when Amazing Spider-Man 3 didn't happen and it moved over to Marvel, I was so upset. I was so invested in that storyline. I was so there with Andrew. I was like, oh my god, this is the best Spider-Man for ages. Give me Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, and then it's unfortunate that nobody else was. But
no, I know. I was on my own, and then Tom Holland comes along, and I'm like,
we were gutted because Black Lakes were all set to do the soundtrack to Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. Well, actually, the Black Lakes was formed out of my hatred of not there being an Amazing Spider-Man 3. That was it. That was the bit that turned me over the edge.
Our song, "I Am the Amazing Spider-Man," just never got to see the right name.
Oh, fuck yeah. It's still sitting in the archive somewhere, waiting to debut.
And then one day it will. One day it will see the light.
It will.
You see, I piss everyone off. I don't pick a favourite one out of those three. I go right back into the day, and I go Neil Patrick Harris from the animated series, just to piss everyone off.
I can understand that. I don't think that's a bad shout. I think it's a decent shout.
It's just
I'm gonna say I have a little bit of a man crush on the MPH. I didn't realise he was Spider-Man though.
Yeah, in one of the animated series, I'm pretty sure he was.
Nice.
Amazing.
Nice.
So somehow I knew that.
Every day is a learning day.
Every day is a learning day.
It really is.
It really is.
But just to clarify, Andrew Garfield, best Spider-Man ever. Moving on.
Sure.
Yeah.
That one out. Edit that in post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make sure to dub over that with Andrew Garfield was the worst.
Tom Holland.
It's just going to be just Google Translate saying Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
Don't listen
Tom
to
Holland
them.
isn't even a good actor.
What are you talking about? He's so good. Those
He's
films are
terrible.
amazing. Dude.
He's
Like,
terrible.
this to me.
He's a
He's
good
terrible.
actor, but he's not at his peak
Spider-Man.
yet.
No, that's possibly true. He may turn into brilliant.
Have you seen Tom Holland
Cherry
perform Umbrella on?
Yes,
That's so
Yay!
good. That was his peak.
I actually kind of wanted him during that.
Yeah, I see it. I won't dispute it.
It's
Not seen
very
it.
fucking impressive.
comment.
Yeah,
Very fucking impressive.
it is. But
I
he's had some
agree.
good films. He's just not at his peak yet, I don't think.
Yeah, and I think that's fair, Ronnie. I think we're yet to see how he flourishes as an artist.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And if there is one Uncharted fan in the world, I thought the Uncharted film was really good and people need to lower their standards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is one Uncharted I'm fan in the world. You.
Yeah, I enjoyed the film. It was a good film.
I haven't watched it yet. It's on my list.
It was an
somewhere.
average film. It was an
Okay.
average film.
I enjoyed it. So
I like
I'll
how
put a
we
sleep
kind of
during it.
mixed around like lots of different Spider-Men and bands.
yeah,
Just from
what
that
was
one
this question about?
Who do you hate?
Spider-Man.
hate?
Spider-Man. We're talking about the new Miles Morales film. The new
Yeah,
Spider-Man
oh.
film.
Oh, that's gonna be
That
so
looks
good.
Now that is the best Spider-Man film.
It
Where's
actually
my-
looks really good. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
When Miles Morales eventually goes live action, if they cast anybody other than Caleb McLaughlin, they've casted wrong.
What about Lil Nas X?
Oh yeah, that famed actor.
I
But I've seen
remember
him in
seeing
concert and he was
something.
really good. So
I
I
would
remember
definitely
seeing something about that, and it was just after No Way Home. Someone had seemingly announced that Lil Nas X was playing Miles Morales.
I don't want them to do a live action because it's so good in the reality it's in. I don't want that to be the next film
true,
franchise
that
that's
is
not
what they're
animated.
setting up slowly.
it's gonna happen, Will. It's gonna happen.
I don't want that.
Get used
It'll
to
can't
make
it.
just
money.
have-
Will. It'll make money.
Yeah,
You
it
can't
will
just have a
make lots of
cartoon
money.
character roaming around humans, can you?
Because they're gonna make that happen. So they
I don't want a Who Framed Roger Rabbit scenario where the two interact either. I just want them to leave the fucking Miles Morales universe where it is in those
Not gonna
incredible films where anything can happen because it's animated and leave them alone.
I'd like to see a full-length Nicolas Cage as Spider-Man Noir, though. That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be sick, actually. Yeah,
I'd be on board with an hour of misery of Nicolas Cage going, I know I'm Spider-Man. I'd be loving that. That won't happen either.
No, but
Yeah.
so questions. I have them, and this next
You
one
don't, do you?
is a personal favourite of mine. So
The spotlight's gone on. Oh,
I
and the
know.
hat's gone on.
Yes.
Hmm.
Everyone's favourite.
yeah,
Everyone is
Dun,
impressed by this.
dun.
yo,
Like these earstalker hat on the full thing. Look at this.
I know. I basically dispensed it onto Tom's card.
If you're about to shoot one of us, can you make it Daf?
Shit. I'm the sandwich sleuth. So
Nice.
up till now, we've had what? Hopefully, at least an hour. We need some runtime, and it's all been quite light-hearted, quite fun, very fun. You've had a lovely time. You want to do it again, don't you? And you want to tell all your friends. But,
Yes, Riley.
yeah. We're no longer having fun because it gets quite serious around this point. So I'll cut to the chase. There is one really important question that I must ask you. What is the best sandwich?
The vegan all-day breakfast from Tesco.
That's a shout, actually. But that's
There's no other option, basically.
I beg to differ. Cheese ploughman's on gluten-free brown bread.
It's a damn fine question. This needs some serious thought because I've seen someone have a super noodle sandwich.
I
Right?
bet that tastes good though.
This is my
No,
thing.
it doesn't though. That's just
You
university.
could easily dismiss.
It tastes good on day one, but 2
Banana
years
sandwich
later,
is also a great sandwich. But I think if you had to go for one, for me, it would have to be a BLT.
It's a classic. It is.
It's got bacon in it. It's got bread. It's got butter, mayonnaise. Ideally, you just can't go wrong with a BLT unless you're vegan. So in which case, Will's sandwich.
my
can
all
get
day
bacon.
breakfast.
You can get
Yeah,
bacon.
you can get bacon, but I've yet to see a bacon BLT.
Clues in the title, though, innit? It's got the word fake in it.
Doesn't mean
If it
doesn't
tastes the
taste
same,
good.
it tastes the same.
I'll go
It
for
does
the real
taste the
thing.
same.
No problem. Then.
Dav, Sam.
Chicken mayo.
Wow.
No
Simple
sweet
but
corn.
classic.
Bit of sweet corn in there, Dav.
Nah.
No. Just chicken
Sweet
mayo.
corn ruins it.
What?
Just
You're not
chicken
chucking some sweet corn in there?
No sweet corn. I love sweet corn, but just chicken mayo. Leave it alone.
mayo. Yeah, absolutely. It's a classic.
I stand with it, actually. I really want a chicken mayo now.
Okay, so here's a question. Anything, I mean, most things, let's not take it to extremes, but anything in a sandwich is good, right? Crisp sandwich, good. Banana sandwich, good. You know,
What are you talking about? Banana sandwich? That's wrong.
Banana and chocolate.
banana
sandwich
is
is-
amazing.
banana
sandwich.
sandwich is
No,
pretty good.
banana sandwich is one of my childhood
Wrong.
memories.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
look,
It's
look,
wrong.
Everyone's attacking you now, mate. So
Banana
just
sandwich is
retract your
great.
statement, get off your high horse and go home.
Yeah.
The
So just-
pineapple pen is not safe.
What are you
absolutely.
going to say next? Porridge sandwich. Where
beef
do you
sandwich.
end?
James,
Where
unless
do
you,
you
sandwich.
unless you want me to wedge the Black Lakes doorstop somewhere uncomfortable, or you will retract your statement about the
Also,
banana
very
sandwich.
clearly, a banana is a very, very obvious banana filling, a sandwich filling. Porridge is clearly not, you madman.
Ugh.
The porridge has the wrong consistency for a sandwich. You can't put liquids in a sandwich, you fool. What do you
Hang on,
like?
hang on. You said super noodles, yeah? Super noodles
Yeah.
have liquid in them, okay?
Yeah, but they're
But
not.
no-
They're not liquid.
not when you
They're
use
not
a
liquid.
stick.
They're cooked in
They're cooking
liquid.
liquid.
And they absorb liquid, idiot, right?
Yeah.
Therefore, they
Yeah,
have
all right.
liquid
But
in
if
them.
they absorb liquid, they are not liquid.
But the
Okay.
sandwich.
Okay,
A
porridge-
sponge. A
porridge
sponge
is
absorbs
not
liquid.
inherently-
A sponge sandwich is not liquid.
Look what you've done, Tom Riley. Look what you've done. This is the end of Black Lake.
You've ruined the
Ruined
band.
Yes, it's not the only time a band have broken up.
Yeah.
Ah,
But also think about like a breadcrumb chicken or something, or any other item in breadcrumbs, which is basically bread with bread and something else inside it. Still a good sandwich.
The
I love the idea of
Chicken
seeing
sandwich
James
sandwich,
on his
basically.
own in the sun. His like headline being like a sponge sandwich is liquid. Fuck up the rest of the band.
I didn't say a sponge. I didn't say. I said.
You said super noodles absorb
I said
liquid, therefore they are liquid. So a sponge
They have
absorbs
liquid in them.
therefore it is liquid. You're like just opposite the page 3 girl. Like your page 4 headline.
What do you guys
Where
think?
everyone's going, oh yeah, page 4, page 4. Like just looking over to the boobs on page 3.
What do you reckon, Tom and Riley? What's your sandwich choice? Assuming it's super noodle or banana.
yeah, I don't think super noodle is liquid. But
Sponge sandwich.
there was a good month. There was a good month where basically every morning I'd have banana and chocolate spread, and I kind of lived off of that, and that
It's
was
great.
immense. So I'm going with that.
Yeah, that is a good fucking sandwich.
What about you, Tom?
Bad sandwich.
What's your sandwich?
Mate,
dude?
I'm simple.
Simpler than
every
chicken.
day. No, to be fair, every day at work, I'll have the same thing: sausage and egg sandwich.
Sausage and egg is good, dude. In the sandwich is better. Sausages are
It
good.
is better.
Eggs are good. Together they're better.
Put them together.
And
sauce,
I had the
hang
vegan
on.
Tesco alternative to that exact sandwich. So
There you go.
between
Brown sauce or red sauce?
Depends.
That's the thing. I'm not a sauce person.
yeah, I was gonna
He's
say
not-
no sauce.
He's not
No
saucy
sauce.
at all. Fair enough.
No
Depends.
sauce. I'm with Tom. Don't ruin it.
Well, bacon with red sauce, I think. But sausage, maybe with brown sauce. I don't know.
Sausage with brown, bacon with red. Yeah.
Yeah. Brown. There's something about the tanginess with the sausage and the brown sauce. Whereas with the red, but bacon with brown sauce, that doesn't work. That can't
No.
work. That doesn't.
On an
I
English.
feel like
the brown
that. I feel like
sauce
that's why I
has
should have taken my
certain
headphones
places.
out. Like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Spoiler.
It's a very, very important sandwich question. It's it's equally as controversial as best packet of crisps. That's also that's a band split.
Oh,
let's not get into it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. What's your favorite packet of crisps?
Easy.
Quite a
so
hula
but
hoops
let's
person.
move on.
But
What's that?
personally, I'm quite a hula hoops person. But let's try and steer clear of the crisp
Yeah, the
debate.
madness.
Yeah,
that is-
let's not get into some really divisive topics right now.
We're getting a bit political now. So
Yeah, but hula hoops are great. Agreed.
we can't talk about this. It will get too deep.
We're gonna have to do part 3.
We
I
really
mean, is
may
Knick
have
Knack
to.
a crisp?
I mean, part 3 sounds great. Let's do this.
Amazing.
So we've got 4 minutes left of
Yeah,
this. I've
this
got
is
1
4 minutes of
question,
crisp
surprisingly.
talk then.
Yeah.
Or that. We can talk about crisps.
My
I
other
think it-
half had scampi fries in the car the other day, and I had to
Oh,
put
they're so
I had
good.
to put the window down. I was
They're
like,
brilliant. Scampi, amazing.
Yeah, scampi fries are a great crisp. But I have a theory on this as well. Like most places that you work have a no hot food at your desk kind of bullshit rule, right? But I don't think they mean that. I don't think they mean no hot food. What they really mean is no stinky fucking food at your desk, right? So
Ish.
the
don't
scampi
fucking go to
fries,
don't go to
Yeah.
the microwave and stick your fucking haddock in it.
yeah, indeed, the scampi fry is an antisocial food, but it's a lovely food. Absolutely. So it's a pungent stench, isn't it, coming out of the scampi fry?
Fucking
it's-
awful.
It's a bit like the pork scratching. Tastes good, shouldn't, but it does.
Tastes good, has hair on it.
It's a pork scratching. What do you expect? Comes from a pig.
I want it
Oh.
shaved.
Who did we just lose? I think we just lost Riley.
No,
dear.
apologies. I'm still here. I've just got a
Oh, no
reconnect
worries.
the thing.
Oh, good. I thought that the thought of a pork
He
scratching with a
literally
hair
turned his camera off to retch at the idea of the hairy pork scratching.
Oh, I love
More-
more scratchings.
He just vomited all over his Andrew Garfield. It's absolutely
Yeah, I've got to
appalling.
wipe him down. He just
Hey,
I thought that
That's-
was
that's
Andy.
why
I thought that was Andy Murray. Fucking hell! All that time.
Andy
Oh,
Murray.
Jesus Christ!
I know it was Jill Murray.
why not? Why not? I can't stop thinking about a hula hoop sandwich now.
Oh,
A hula hoop sandwich is a mighty thing.
I remember ages ago. What was it that you said about Riley? Like ages ago, you had something and frazzles.
Oh,
In a
yeah.
sandwich.
One time, this was like,
Is it-
this is a low point. My mum was on holiday. I was home alone, and
Yeah.
I had to be out the door pretty quickly. And the concoction was cheese and frazzle.
No.
No, not nice. No,
Wait, what? Cheese and frazzles?
I
just
feel that's
a
not
very.
cheese.
It was basically a block of cheese. I cut it really awfully. Just a real thick slab of cheese with some frazzles. What could go
maybe
wrong?
not.
I still don't see the problem here.
Believe me, I did. Trying to save you from the same mistakes.
Listen, I'm not a big fan of frazzle, if I'm honest. I find them a bit bacony. They're a bit intense. Which is strange. I could do a scampi fry. I love them, but I can't do a frazzle. Bit much.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think a real McCoy sandwich if I could go for a crisp sandwich.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
good choice. You
That is a
mentioned hula hoop sandwich earlier, but I have to disagree on that because the hula hoop shape kind of cut into
Yeah.
the roof of your mouth in that type.
What
of
you got to do is you got to crush your hula hoops down into like a mix in the sandwich. I find so don't leave the structural integrity of the hula hoop.
You got to put the hula hoops in sideways so that when you
When you press
Yeah.
the bread down, it crushes them all into a bit like Terminator, where he gets crushed by the thing. Like he's
Right,
dead.
It just doesn't
The hula
work.
hoop's dead. Chomp it in. Yeah, it's good.
you need your
Problem
hula hoop to be
solved.
like this on its way down.
Although
Yeah.
the only way to eat a hula hoop is to put them all on the end of your fingers and do.
Yes,
That is the only
I
way.
have not done that in years.
That is the only way.
It's because you're an adult.
Like,
No, that
when
really
you do
believe me,
when you do it when
wouldn't
you're
stop him.
older, the only people who do that when they're older get on the sex offenders register.
Yeah, I was gonna say you do it when you're older. You're not allowed within 100 feet of a school.
True. But
Hey
yeah,
kids,
that,
What's my hula
that's
hoops?
on there. But yeah,
Who wants a hula hoop? It doesn't go well. It's
Can be done with a monster munch as well, but somehow the hula hoop is more satisfying.
yeah,
yeah, I guess so.
you need to stop recording now because at some point in the very near future, this is going to end, and it's going to end on a really incriminating
Oh God,
sound
yeah.
clip of Scott talking about hula hoops and kids.
Oh.
In my defense, you can bring the kids up, Will. That
No,
was
no, no,
really-
no defense. It makes it worse.
no
Don't
defense. It's just
justify it. We'll see you in part 3. And welcome to part 3 I was going to do a really funny bit where I got a packet of hula hoops, but I didn't have any, so I've got some red Leicester mini cheddars instead.
Mini cheddars.
Right, mini cheddars are absolute cracking scram.
They're one of the worst like crisp products ever.
Are they even a crisp? Are they more like a biscuit?
It's a
biscuit.
Yeah, but is it a biscuit? Is it crisp? Is it a cracker? They're fucking awful, whatever they are.
It depends how it gets taxed.
I'd say they're probably closest to a cracker.
Yeah, I'd
say a cracker because they were normally included in Lunchables as well.
I would probably say they were closest to human waste.
Strong, Will, strong.
Yeah. Much like the rum that Will is drinking, I think, as his opinions get more and more bad.
What rum is it though?
I ran out of mixer a long time ago as well. This is the bad.
Straight rum now.
Yeah, Kraken is Will's rum of choice.
Choice, yeah. Love a
You'd be best talking to my mum. My mum is like a rum connoisseur. Right, Riley, I think it's time to get to the penultimate question. The question.
I mean, nothing could be as divisive as the sandwich question. So let's go. Let's go.
Come on, Riley.
It's all right. He's having a minute.
He's got a chance. This is all suspense. I'm waiting for all the spotlights.
I'm having a mini cheddar moment.
Cracker stroke crisp hybrid here.
Exactly. Okay. So I'm going to instruct you to make a band. Now, I will state the ground rules while Tom gets his notepad out. You can have as many people as you'd like. However, you must have at least the core fundamentals of a bassist, guitarist, singer, and drummer. Okay. You can have as many other people on whatever instrument you want. However, they will not miraculously learn to play that instrument if they don't already know how to play it. They can be dead or alive. They will be alive during the performance unless you specifically request them not to be. You can be in the band, but you don't have to. And that's all. That's probably one I forgot, and I will blurt it out later. So,
surprisingly, it's all if you decide to do it between you or if you want to do your own.
Oh, fuck that. We're doing our own because these guys will have no idea.
Right.
Thanks, Will. Cheers. I love the way that everyone's writing this down. I don't need to write it down.
I'm writing it down just because.
I'm not writing anything down. I've got a pen, mate.
I mean,
you need a pineapple on a pen, Will.
Right. So who's going first? Who is volunteering themselves?
I'm happy to say, for me personally, I definitely put Dave Grohl on drums.
Oh, I just written him down first.
Is there a finer drummer than Dave Grohl to be on your drums in your band? I'm not sure there is. Maybe Dafydd, but it's close.
The Rev, I'd say.
I can understand that.
The Rev, what a fucking drummer.
I mean,
exactly.
If this was a death metal project, then Dave wouldn't be my pick. I want someone with some double kicks. But
Jay Weinberg.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good drummers.
He can play a bit of jazz, bit of funk.
Yeah. There's not a lot of jazz and funk in my band, if I'm honest.
Oh, okay.
Could be.
There could be. There could be in the future.
Jazz.
He's not entirely shutting the door on it, but he's pretty damning.
It's slightly ajar.
Oh god, bedtime reminder.
Is that what you call a text message from your mum, or like?
Yeah. You're going to touch light in a moment.
Yeah. Well, it would be. I'd probably get some Trent Reznor in there as well.
On what? Because he can play a lot of.
Well, exactly. I'd probably have him on keys.
On keys. So not singing?
No,
just keys.
He hasn't got the range.
Right. I'm gonna lay out the ultimate supergroup right now. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Jared Leto.
Yes.
No Jared Leto. No Jared Leto in this band.
Not even a hype man.
I want David Silvera on drums. Me. Fuck off. Yeah. I want Wes Borland on guitar.
That's a shout.
Yeah. I want Les Claypool on bass.
Yeah, that'll work.
Oh, come on. He's a fucking incredible bassist.
He is.
And I want Vil Valle from him on vocals.
It's all about
Right there, you've got
personality, man.
you've got a very impressive band there.
I'd certainly be interested to hear what Les Claypool and him sounds like in a Primus versus him. That'd be
Primus and him would be amazing.
Listen, if they didn't get on together, it wouldn't work. You need to have, that's the whole thing about bands. You've got those personalities working together.
Yeah,
That
so
is
why are you interjecting some fictional beef like with my band? It doesn't make sense, James. Let me have my dream. You have yours. I never told you that you couldn't have Trent doing whatever he wanted to do.
This from the guy who lyrically always says it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That don't make sense.
My band makes perfect sense.
It's Fantasy Dreamland, though. I think
they're all respectful musicians who respect each other's talents.
My band makes perfect sense. Around 25 minutes ago. Yeah, so I have a doorstop as a mascot.
I believe that one got touche. Well, touche.
That was before the run kicked in, right?
Yeah.
The real question is, since there is a member of Primus there, will they be able to play the South Park music?
Of course they will.
Yeah, they could do that as a.
Can you imagine the singer of him crooning the South Park theme?
Jesus.
I think only you can in your head, Will, which is why everyone's different.
No one makes that as sexy as that.
Yeah. I don't know. If I've got Dave
down to South Park.
I probably have Lane Staley on vocals, I think.
Yeah, I wrote him down as well.
Yeah, that is, it's very difficult to get past Lane Staley singing there. I don't know. It'd be difficult not to put John Lennon in if you can have anyone. Why wouldn't you have John Lennon in the band? Let's put John Lennon.
He did say alive, but yeah, that'll be one reason why you can have
No, he
John
said alive
Lennon.
or dead. He said alive or dead, but alive for the performance.
We did say alive, really.
I'm not sure he did, Will, if you listen to the rules.
Yeah, I heard it as well, Scott.
Yeah, they can be alive.
Oh, fuck off, man. We should have alive. Like, you can't have alive or dead when you're building a supergroup. You can't say, I'm just going to resurrect so-and-so. It doesn't work.
This is my fantasy. This is my fantasy group, Will. You know, you should respect that.
What's that band called? All My Heroes Are Dead. I think I'm probably one of them, aren't I? Yeah. Because only one of my band is living right now. Everyone else is a corpse. So, hang on. Okay, so living people.
Tom Morello. Get Tom Morello in there.
You can. He wouldn't be in my band.
Yeah, fair enough.
Too noisy.
Too irritating.
Who would I have on bass? Who would I have on bass in my band?
Lee Harris.
Probably.
From Cremulation. He's good, yeah.
I would probably have our bass player because it's just the simplest answer and solves the problem. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a bass player that impressed me. Again, I'd go with Cliff Burton. He's dead, and apparently everyone's going to be alive. Apparently to play.
He's dead, Scott. How about Trujillo? How about the walking Trujillo, man?
Nah. Maybe Jason Newsted. He'd be a close second. Let's have Jason Newsted in there. He's alive, and we can smack out some amazing Metallica type bass lines. That would be good. And then I probably, because I'm not that recently, or I've only fairly recently come across him, and I know that he's in a band that splits a lot of opinions now, which is. But I came across a guitar player called Andy James that I really like, British guy.
Yes, he's in Five Finger Death Punch.
He's in Five Finger Death Punch now, but he blew my mind. I was like, wow, I don't really, as strange as a guitar player, I don't really get touched or moved very often by too many guitar players. But it was stuff he was doing that just grabbed me. I was like, I'm into this. So I'd have Andy James on guitar, I think, with Dave Grohl on drums and Jason Newsted on bass. I really like this band already. This is a fucking cool band. I want this band to happen immediately.
Yeah, don't get too excited because we have no sway in making this happen.
Yet, Will. Qualify that with yet.
Yeah, I say you underestimate the powers of the Uncensored podcast. We can
precisely.
You can ask very nicely.
Exactly. And then, who would sing? Who's alive? All my favorite singers are dead.
All my friends are dead.
Yeah. Who would sing in my band that's alive?
Celine Dion. Celine Dion.
Do you know what? No, do you know what I'd have? I would probably have Dallas Green from Alexis on Fire.
Oh, what a voice, man.
That would be pretty special. Although I'd never be able to do anything because I'd just be doing this going, I wish I could sing like you. I've got a bit of a man crush on Dallas Green. I think he's a bit outstanding at everything. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. That's definitely my baseline 4-piece. I'm sure I could squeeze some other people in.
I just got a plethora of names.
Yeah,
I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 names that you just shouted out, and I just wrote them down. I heard names and I was writing it all down.
But half of them are dead. That's the problem, and they have to be alive. So it's only the last names I think that would actually exist as a band.
You wouldn't have a little Steve Harris in your band, mate? A little bit of Steve?
No, because I don't want everything to sound like we're galloping on horses as much as I love
I've met his son.
he's in Raven, isn't he?
The thing is, me and Riley love Raven Age.
Yeah, I love Raven Age. They're
cool. I got the chance to meet. I got the chance to meet them last year, and they are an amazing group of lads.
Yeah, I love them. Who's the? They've got not a new guitar player, but the guitar player now is
Tommy
also
Gentry.
Yeah, because we played with him at the Patriots. He's a really cool dude.
Is that guy from Gum?
Yes.
Ah, cool.
I really like his stuff too.
He's a nice guy. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah. So I've got a lot of Raven Age. It's a good band.
Yeah, they all are. I found out just before I worked with his friend is in the band. He's their bassist.
You broke up in
the one of the people that I used to work with.
Yeah, got that bit.
Yeah, he used to be friends with the bassist.
Cool.
Matt Cox, I think his name is.
Okay.
Yeah, just
nice.
Find that out.
Good bands, good riffs.
Definitely.
Nice. Yeah, James, you have in your band?
Yeah, I was going to say, what bands are we missing?
Yeah, man. I've got Grohl, I've got Resner, I've got Lane Staley.
You can't have Lane Staley. He's dead.
Dab.
Oh, come on.
You got to have who's alive, remember. If everyone has to play by these rules, then you fucking do too.
So now you have to replace Lane Staley with Jacoby Shaddix.
Living singer.
No.
I love me Papa Roach.
Oh. No, I don't know if I can.
I think your brain just can't cope with so many questions.
Yeah.
It's still
contemplating. I'm just the guy that does the Mongolian throat singing for the Who.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, I'd be down with that. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be cool.
I love a bit of the Who, as you say.
I've never seen them live, but I've seen so much good stuff from them. They're a band that I want to see.
Yeah,
definitely.
It'd be a nice thing. It'd be a nice thing.
Yeah.
Surge would be up there, you know. Surge would be up there.
It would be an experience.
Yeah, absolutely, because it's quite a it's obviously a very unique sound, isn't it? But there's something I think quite spiritual about that sound as well. You could really zen out on it.
Yeah.
I saw a band recently supporting Gojira in Cardiff, Alien Weaponry, and they've got.
I know them as well.
They've got melodies, haven't they, in their stuff? It's interesting. We were just discussing the other day that 90% of Welsh names make an excellent format for death metal growls and vocals. Like take a normal place name like Bethesda. You know what I mean? You could do loads of stuff like that shit. You know what I mean? It would work.
James, what's that longest place name in Wales? Can you just scream that?
It's
Llanfair, Push Gwyngish, Gor Gerish, Llandesilio, Go.
You missed Roboth in the middle. Yeah.
I want to hear that
go at the end.
That'd be a bit long to scream.
I would like that to replace blah in the hardcore sections of any song.
Well, there's a place in Wales called Bala that would work. Blah! That would. I can't do the screams, but yeah, that would work.
I can't believe you just ripped off my idea, boys. I can't believe it.
Well, we didn't rip it off. We're here with you, doing it with you at the same time.
Yeah, we're not ripping you off, mate. We're just
ripping it off would be taking someone else's idea, using it for yourself, and claiming it as your own.
Oh, this is what the sandwich question does to a group.
Yeah, indeed.
This is the last interview we ever do as a band.
Yeah. So
you'll never look at a slice of bread the same again, honestly.
We're going to pioneer death metal Welsh valley names to make that happen.
It's going to happen.
I'm here for it, honestly.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, indeed.
Right, do we have everyone's band yet?
I think James added Serge Tankian on vocals in his,
Yeah, I'd put Serge in.
along with Trent
Yeah,
Reznor and Dave
yeah.
Grohl. But you haven't got a guitar player yet, mate. You need someone else.
I was gonna. I wanted
said,
that juxtaposition between Wes and.
No, I got Wes, mate. So
Morello.
You
you can't
put Tom
I
Morello
was
in,
gonna
wouldn't
say-
you?
Yeah.
Oh, I put down Tom Morello.
There you go. James's band is complete.
Right. So
All amazing. I'm not reading them through because I do not know what the fuck is going on.
yeah, but if I'm not mistaken, that is everybody.
That is.
Okay,
Yes.
Apart from
so
Daff, who is
no
not here.
last minute
Daff,
changes.
Daff left.
Yeah, sure.
Let's just make them the shittest band ever.
All right, hammer down. They're locked
Nice.
in now. But that is the list of questions that we have now.
Well,
You did
The real
it.
thing is,
So you survived
Do
it,
you-
technically.
do you have any questions for us?
That was my thing.
Wow.
Sorry, Riley. I had to nick it. Sorry.
I got a question for you.
Go on.
Oh,
Why Andrew Garfield?
Oh, it's no. I don't want to share this story because it's
No. You asked if I had any questions. I've got a question. You need to answer it.
you need to answer it now.
be respectful of the
Fine.
gentleman's question.
I'll answer the question. I had a very dear friend, and we had an inside joke about Andrew Garfield. So for their birthday, I bought them a cutout, and then we parted ways before their birthday. And
Oh no,
So,
that's brutal.
I couldn't give it to them, so I thought
Yeah.
I might as well keep it for myself. And here he stands today.
And now you feel
Constantly
bad.
reminding.
Like, well done, mate. Congratulations. You made the
I
mouse.
feel,
Well done,
feel
Will.
awful for
Well
Andrew.
done, Will.
Well done. Well done. Rum always leads to good things.
I'm so sorry for asking.
No,
that question.
no, really, it's
Grovel.
okay. It's
Oh, the grovel.
Well, no, asking the question was fine. Pushing him and forcing him to answer when he didn't want to. That was the bit where you really fucked up.
Hey, fuck off, Scott.
I
This
just
is
didn't
going
want to
in-
waste 15 quid. I was
This
thinking
is
about
just-
destroying it, but
I'm just stating facts.
This is
So,
going.
How did you guys hear about us?
can't
through the
remember how.
grapevine.
Yeah. Oh, who was it? So we normally do like a thing at the end of, like, we'll message the band and go, "Oh, can you give us a couple of bands just to maybe reach out to?"
Gotcha.
Can't remember what I can't remember what band it was.
Might have
No.
been White
I've-
Raven then. Who knows? That's cool. No,
We've
just
not
curious.
had them on yet.
Okay.
I think. Hold on, I'm having a look through my messages.
Yeah, I don't, no, it's not that much of a stress. It wasn't specifically how did you find out. I was just curious how you
Yeah,
get to Black Lakes. That's all.
Yeah, it was a band that suggested
Okay.
you.
Yeah, nice. Okay. Okay.
I'm literally trying to find it. Who
Genuinely,
it was
dude, it's
now?
good. It really
Yeah,
doesn't
Tom,
matter which.
it's
It will bug me.
Yeah, I
'cause
can tell.
now.
You do you, man. You do that thing.
yeah, but just through the grapevine. That's kind of how we find most of our interviews now. Tom does that side. I'm too socially awkward to speak to people outside of
No,
the interview thing.
I think you do very well.
Oh,
How many
thank you.
podcasts have you done?
I think this is possibly the 23rd.
Okay, nice.
So we've been going for almost a year now.
Yeah.
So
How
we're looking
frequently do you put it out?
We attempt.
it's
to do it
advertised as once a
every
week, but
Oh, wow,
realistically,
that's
it's incredibly
Yeah.
consistent.
Yes, it's difficult. We ended up settling on fortnightly because we do our own Blacklist podcast with our basically people that want to join and just hear about the band and what's going on and stuff. But yeah, trying to achieve that every week is tough. But
Yeah, it's
fortnightly seems to work quite well. Strangely, it seems to land as a nice pattern for us, which is cool.
Because
But,
we have a guest episode fortnightly, and then we have a solo episode to break it up.
Gotcha.
However, that doesn't always work because the episode that was meant to come out last week, we recorded it and we both mutually agreed that it was so horrific.
Shit.
We just won't bother.
Oh wow! Okay.
But I like the fact that you have that amount of control, that you decide actually I'd rather not put out anything than put out this shit.
Exactly.
That shows a level of self-control.
That was kind of the thing. I didn't want to I don't like releasing a shit product.
Yeah, we know that feeling. Yeah, absolutely. We're pretty good on that. Are those Funko Pops you got in the background up on the shelf there?
They are, yeah.
Yeah. So you're obviously deep into your Funko Pops. You got any Batman ones there? Or?
I don't believe so.
Okay. What's your
Spider-Man ones?
choice? Or are they a bit random?
Most of them are quite random. I've got an entire collection of the Avengers robots.
Okay.
Which are pretty cool.
So like Ultron and
no. Like they made an actual slew of the Avengers.
Oh, I see. So it's like
robots.
Captain America as a robot, Iron Man as a robot. I got you.
Yeah, they're pretty sick. I just kind of collect random ones.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, that was cool. I've got a few. I've got a couple of Batman ones. Got a He-Man one, and an Optimus Prime, but not too many.
I do have one trinket that overshadows the rest of the things in my room, but Tom moans at me for mentioning it every guest episode. So this might not make the cut in. Just
that's
so
fine.
I give Tom satisfaction. But
no,
I believe it's
definitely
a lot of this worth showing anyway.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, because I have a 1-to-1 replica Leviathan axe.
Wow, nice.
I think it's
that's
pretty
cool.
neat.
Nice, man.
Like authentic metal and everything.
Wicked. That's cool.
And also
fend off a burglar from attacking.
I definitely want to go into the supermarket with one of those.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Can I have my hula hoops now, please? Why? I'll decapitate you.
That's how I open my
hula hoops.
And where are you guys based?
We're both like Essex.
Yeah,
Essex. Essex.
He's like mid Essex, and I'm a bit further east. I moved a few years ago.
I work with a guy that obviously works near or lived fairly near Chelmsford, which I don't think is fairly Essex-ish, isn't it?
He's closer to Chelmsford than I am.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I believe.
Yeah, definitely the opposite side of the country to us, though.
Yeah.
Which is no bad thing. And then
bad news. Sorry. I can't find who it was. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I just found. I managed to find you somewhere. I'm pretty sure.
Cool. It's good to have made it to Essex somehow.
No, I know who. Joey from South of Salem.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Could have been Joey.
He's a fucking cool guy, and he keeps repping us. Actually.
Yeah, legend.
Oh, Joey,
he's a fucking nice guy.
Brilliant guy.
They were fun to play with. Good dudes.
Huh?
They were fun to play with too. Good dudes. Like them a lot.
Yeah, they are very nice.
Yeah, cool guys. Cool guys. So, how long have you guys been doing the rock and metal thing?
Actually, I wouldn't say all my life. I've been in and out of rock. Like this is just how it all goes now. I'd started off my life as just listening to anything. Then my dad introduced me to Linkin Park, and then that's what we got. That's what we got there. That's what got me over to
gateway drug. That is cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, quite similar for me. I've always grew up with kind of all angles of music because my dad's always been a very like straight like metal and rock head. He's not a fan of anything modern really. He has his occasional parts, but yeah, for the most part, he's a big rock head. My mum, like a lot more of the musicals kind of side, and that's probably down to how I became a drama student. And then obviously before I moved to where I moved, where I was a bit more central Essex, just going out naturally, you pick up on your JD Sports, the kind of the rap, the hip hop music that's playing. Sure. So I've kind of got quite a all round taste, I like to think.
I see. Cool. Okay, nice. But it's interesting that you like what's interesting to me is these days, the idea of genres is dead really. And so when I was a lot younger, you'd get very, very deeply and harshly judged. Like if you were one thing, you weren't allowed to like anything else, if you like. Whereas now it's perfectly okay to be a hip hop, rock, metal, pop, indie fan all at the same time, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, of course.
I think it's improved in that.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I like all sorts of people. Well, I mean, I'm a massive Radiohead fan. The drummer I really wanted to be in my band is a guy that plays for a band called Mute Math, but no one's ever heard of them, so there's no point mentioning him. But extraordinary drummer, extraordinary. Blew my mind. Managed to see them live a few times. They've disbanded now, but it's really kind of mainstream pop stuff. They come from not Louisiana. What am I thinking of? Down south, New Orleans, and so they've got a real hybrid sound. Yes, kind of hard to describe, but yeah, he blew my mind. So it's nice. It's nice to like all things.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
I think what kind of like kick-started my love for like hard rock was when we went to go see Fozzy.
Okay.
That was an experience for both of us, me and
Nice.
Riley.
Hey.
We've spoken about it before, but I'll happily go into it again. So
Same thing.
you will say it later. So it started off with like Chris Jericho announced like the whole UK tour. He was going from like down south up north and then back down south.
Sure.
He'd cancelled 2 gigs before the London gig and then basically said, "Oh, we can't disappoint you. We've got to come down to London." Riley, say it.
And so what they gave us was what they called the Ultimate Fozzy Fan Fest,
Nice.
which was amazing. We got to meet Chris Jericho, got a T-shirt signed,
Nice.
and then we got to listen to the new album 6 months early, which
Oh wow,
cool.
that's kind of cool.
Oh, nice.
And is that?
We
Did
also
you know about
got to listen to The Treatment.
And we did. That's how we found The Treatment as well.
Oh, yeah, good
That's
band,
how-
good band.
That's how I found the biggest man crush of my life.
Why, Chris
Might I add? No, Tagore Gray from The Treatment.
Gotcha. I think we played. Did we play? When they at Hangar 18 with us, the Hangar 18
Yeah,
festival.
we got interviewed by
That's right.
by
Yeah.
Taz. No,
Tag.
Tag. Yeah, got
Tag,
interviewed by
yeah,
Tag.
Tag interviewed us at Hangar 18. That was a good time.
There you go. Small world, isn't it? Even though it's Essex. So did you know Fozzy before, or independent of the wrestling, or because of the wrestling?
I only knew Fozzy because I found out that Chris Jericho was a singer.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because obviously it's not a bad way to get your band known, is it? To really come out to your own entrance music.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It kind of helps. Although to be fair, Judas is a cracking tune.
Judas
I love that
Yeah,
song.
exactly.
That tune definitely gets my tickles my pickle.
It's that and Metalingus by Alter Bridge.
I've never liked that song.
I've only liked it because it was Edge's music in WWE.
That makes sense. So I'd never heard Alter Bridge before we formed this band. And 90% of people are like, "Oh, you sound like Alter Bridge." I'm like, "Who the hell are Alter Bridge?"
Oh.
Never heard of Alter Bridge. I know Will's disappeared. And then, so now I know about Alter Bridge, but only because I started a band that everyone else thinks that we were trying to be Alter Bridge.
Yeah. Me and Tom seen a few times now. They're a brilliant band. I love Bars Kennedy.
Twice.
Yeah, I've not seen them yet. They were in Cardiff a few years back. I should have gone, but I couldn't quite make the date. But yeah, I would like to see them.
Yeah.
I think it's the Blackbird. Is it the Blackbird album?
Oh
Yeah,
that's my favourite Alter Bridge album.
That's my favourite record. There's a lot of good songs on that record that I really like.
White Knuckles is like my favourite Alter Bridge song by far. I really like that song.
I don't know what my favourite song would be. It's just because I know Metalingus is the big hit, and it's like,
Yeah.
right, okay. But that's the one I was like, I don't know. It leaves me a bit. I didn't really.
Which is weird. It definitely isn't their best song. It's
no,
just...
I don't think so. Yeah, it just seems to be massive. Maybe it's because of Edge. I didn't realise it was Edge's theme tune.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah. I think we may have to.
Yeah, probably.
Right
yeah.
I assume I was just chatting.
So where did Will go?
I'm not sure.
Into a world of no internet, rum and or died and or gone back into his coffin. I have no idea. Any of those are possible. Maybe all three.
No, but yeah, I do hate to say it, but I'm going to have to cut you off because we are running out of time, and I want to let you go. But thank you very much for watching. I've had a brilliant time, actually. Really happy to have you on. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, please go stream all of Black Lake's newest music, which will be linked below and on top. Please subscribe and like the Uncensored podcast. It really helps a lot to help us broaden our horizons. We've got quite a good schedule coming in the upcoming months. Follow us and Black Lakes on Instagram, and we will see you in the next podcast. Thank you very much for listening.